great conferences through the day. Today I will speak about the importance of streaming in the video game industry. So I will really speak about different things and how stream can be a tool in the development world and in the gaming world. So we're gonna see a lot of things today. I will try to do a big overview of the streaming world. It's a very dense world with a lot of things, so I will try to be precise about it. If you have any question, feel free to just lift the hand and ask the question. I will answer with great pleasure. So today we're gonna quickly go through the history of the gaming specialized press, paper press, because it's the thing that lead to the internet press and then streaming press, which is an extension in the end of the gaming specialized press. We're gonna see what is streaming, the history of streaming, the role of the streamers, what is being a woman or a minority of genre in the industry. I will speak a little bit about StreamHer because I'm one of the founders of it. And then I will speak about all the collaboration that are possible between game studios and the streamers. So firstly, to just quickly present myself, I am Chloé Boels. I am myself a streamer. I play video games every morning of the week and I try new games in direct, on live. I have some collaboration with game studios and I also founded StreamHer, like I said, but I will speak more about it after. And I also work on TV and as a jury member in the gaming industry, for instance, with the Belgian Game Awards this summer. So firstly, like I said, I will quickly speak about the gaming specialized press and the history of it. So during the mid-70s, there was actually nothing really fully dedicated to the gaming. We had to wait until November 1981 to have the British company EMAP to start the first magazine of gaming, which is Computer and Video Games magazine. You have some illustration of the different magazines there. And then weeks later, the United States started to have their own magazine with the Electronic Game magazine. Actually, these magazines, there were like, not with specialized journalists, but with enthusiast gamers, people who enjoyed the game. And so that's why it was not very professional in the wording and stuff, but they have like a lot of humor in the text, and it was really light in these magazines. It's only during the mid-80s that they started to hire some people more specialized in the gaming, like with Personal Computer Magazine or Crash. And they were very honest because actually they didn't depend on the ads. When you depend on ads, sometimes you have to be careful of the word you use, but they were very free to use what they wanted to say. And their average reader back in this time was 16 years old, so that's why also that was light and a lot of humor. Then in the US, you know that in the 1983 it was the crash market, so there was actually no gaming press during this time, and it was back at the end of the decade with some big magazine like GamePro or Nintendo Power. In November 94, it was like, of course, a big new. The internet was there, and so it was the first gaming website who was very amateurish because it was like the start of the websites, and people started to write a lot. So it was more about quantity than quality. In comparison to the paper press in gaming, it was like maybe once a month for the paper press, and on website it was every day. They were trying to keep in touch with all the news. So yeah, lots of mistakes because of that, because it was very quick. It was still a niche in the 90s, and then in the late 2000s, it was a must-have in the industry to have their own website for the gaming section. Actually, there was also the creation of the comment section and the forums. It was like the first community of gaming. People could comment on the articles and say their opinion about it. It was really nice because journalists had for the first time the impression that they were read and that they have a public, but also a lot of anger because journalists just understood that sometimes people were not always happy with their opinion and had other opinions. That's why it led sometimes to a bit of self-censorship in the writing, because they they knew that they had a public now. And in the 2004, there was the British journalist, which is called Kieran Gillen, who spoke about a new term, a new genre in the gaming journalism, which is new games journalism with a deeper and more erudite way of writing, for instance, with the magazine One Up or Polygon. So that was a brief history of the press paper specialized in gaming, and we're gonna see that it has an impact on the streaming. But before everything else, what is streaming? Streaming is the fact to share live video content on the internet. You can do that on several websites. The most famous one is Twitch, but you can do that on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or even LinkedIn. And now on Twitter as well. You can find every content. Gaming, of course, it was the beginning of streaming, but now you can find art, music, talk show, everything you can find on streaming. When you stream, you have, of course, the live video, but you have a chat next to the live stream, and it's possible for the people who watch the streamer to interact with the person and also with the other viewers. A usual length of a stream is between 2 hours up to 6, 8, 10, 12, 24. There's no limit, actually. Some people do 24 stream. It's an expansion since 2020, with the lockdown, of course. And there's also an expansion of big productions in the stream. It's true that we have the idea of streaming of someone alone in their room and playing on their computer, but now we see big production with big plateau. I don't know how to say that in English. And for instance, we have Popcorn in France, which is about the actuality in the streaming. We have the GP Explorer, which is a big competition in F4. We have Backseat about politics. We have Arte, which is a French TV with their own dedicated streaming shows. And here in Belgium, we have RTBF XP, which is the streaming part of RTBF, which is the national TV here in Belgium. Usually people who stream, they are no journalists. Sometimes there are some journalists that stream, but everyone can stream. So everyone can share their own thought about gaming live with their community. And it's really free for everyone to do that. So how streaming was created? Actually, streaming really filled a gap in the digital. We had the paper press, then we had the website, and now with streaming, we had the video content about gaming. So it really filled the gap. Actually, the first video game streamer, I don't know if you know who is it. It's actually in 98, so it's a long time ago now. It was Tomoaki Amatsu during the show Denpa Shonen Teki Kensho Seikatsu. And this show, actually, in Japan, we film this guy every day, 24/24. And he had to try to win some stuff through magazines, so he participated in giveaways and stuff, and it was a very popular show. He actually, one day, he won through a magazine, a PlayStation and a TV. So, when he received the PlayStation and the TV during the show, he just played it in front of the camera, and so theoretically, he is the first ever video game streamer in the world because he played for people on TV his game and he shared his thought about it. So it was really, really funny to see that. Then the first streaming in the form that we know today, not through a TV show, it was in 2001 with the WSBN, which is a competitive match of Star Siege through Windows Media Encoder. So it was a bit tricky to stream back in the days, and they had 50 viewers, which was insane at that time because it was really the beginning of streaming. Then in 2007, we had Justin TV that just arrived, created by Justin Khan and Emmett Shear. Justin TV, you may not know the name like that, but actually Justin TV is Twitch, and it was bought by Amazon some years later. So you have, of course, other websites in the streaming industry now. In 2009, you have Own It, which is an Austrian esport website. 2011, Justin TV became Twitch because it was bought by Amazon. 2015, YouTube Gaming arrived. It was a part of YouTube dedicated to gaming and live streaming. Then you had in 2020 Mixer by Microsoft. Sadly, Mixer didn't really get well and he had to close. And then this year Kick arrived. Kick is basically the same thing as Twitch, but it is owned by Stake, which are casinos. So today I will speak mostly about Twitch. Why Twitch? Because Twitch is the most popular website for streaming. It's stable, it's high quality video, it's there for years. There is a real community. There are really like emotes that you can use. There is a vocabulary. Everyone knows a bit how to use Twitch. So it's really a feeling of a community. France is doing a lot with streaming, and it's a very interesting time for Belgium. We see a lot of people that start streaming more and more, and more big media like RTBF doing some stuff. So a very interesting time here for streaming. Then it's also, like I said, the most popular one. You can see that in 2022, the total revenue of Twitch was $2.8 billion, which is a lot, of course. And Twitch has 73% of the market share. Like I said, YouTube Gaming has 21%, which is not that bad, but still Twitch kills everyone there. Facebook Gaming has 3% of the share, which is, yeah, why not? So when you go to twitch.tv, that's where you land. It's the homepage of Twitch. You can see several things. You can see the channel you follow with their name, with the category they are streaming, and the number of viewers. Then on the middle, you have like the homepage with the streaming that are like highlighted by the algorithm with what they're doing and a little miniature of their stream. And you have also some channels that you may like, because with the algorithm, if you, for instance, look at live stream of a very specific game, Twitch is gonna like propose you some specific stream with this game. You can also browse Twitch and find some stuff that you can be interested into. You can browse by game, so every game you can think of, it is on Twitch. IRL is like streaming in real life, for instance, traveling. You have music, you have esports, and you have creative art, like music or just painting. So you can browse by that. You can browse then by languages. Maybe you are looking for a streamer doing art in French, so you can really use some characteristic to find what you want. So when you click on a live stream, so for instance there I took the channel of Avamind with a famous French streamer in gaming. What you can see, you have of course the live stream. And the live stream, you can do everything you want. So for instance, she put the game in big, she put her camera in upright, but she could put in the left or in the back. So it's up to her. She can really personalize it as she wants. She put also the sponsors right up her camera. So if you have a brand, or if you are a game dev, it's a possibility to ask to the streamer to put the logo on their stream with a collaboration. You have, of course, our little picture, our name, the title of the stream that you can see. There is a category, and there is also tags. You can use hashtags up to 10. Personalize. You can really choose the one you want, so it can be useful to get reference in the website. Then you can, with the little heart, follow the person. You can subscribe with the little star. Subscription in Twitch are you need to pay for that. It's up from €3 to €20, and it's every month, and it's to support your streamer. And in exchange, you have some little compensations, for instance, emotes or badges that you can use in the chat. On the right, you have the chat, so people that are speaking to the streamer and exchanging together. You also have the number of viewers. Here in red, it's 2,300, and the time of the streaming since it has started. So here it was for 2 hours and more. So the data about Twitch is very, very is very used. Like every month in 2023, so this year, we had 7.3 million monthly broadcasters and an average concurrent viewers of 2.4 million. So it's a big one. It's very interesting. The average age, is true that we have the idea that on Twitch, it's mostly very young people that are using Twitch, but actually, not really. The most category of age is 18 to 24 with 35%, and just before it's 25 to 34. So it's not that young people in the end. And you have also 65% of male in Twitch. So that's a little problem. We don't have the parity in the streaming, even if in the gaming we are now 50-50. How to stream? Actually, you can just stream with a phone if you want. If you want to do just a stream outside and go traveling, you can do with your phone. There is a Twitch application, or there are some other application as well. But if you want to do gaming, because here we are there for gaming, you need a PC, a good PC, because streaming is asking a lot of resources from your computer. You need some software. The software are actually free. You can use OBS or Streamlabs. OBS is the most popular one and it's open source. So if you want to start streaming, it's really the best one. You need, of course, a webcam if you want. You don't usually, you're not obliged to have a webcam. Microphone is important, lights, artistic direction. So yeah. And what is the role of the streamer? The streamer, of course, creates live video content. That's obvious. He interacts with the community, he moderates their chat, because it's true that everyone can speak in the chat, so it's important to keep it safe and remove the people who can like put hate in the chat, or people who are problematic. So you can ban them, you can remove the messages, you can time out them. You can do it yourself, or you can have sometimes moderators. So it's real people in the chat that have a special role who can do this thing and help the streamer to moderate and keep it clean. You have some bots as well, so you can create a list. You can create a list of the words that you want to ban on your channel. Of course, you create a community, like I said in Twitch. There is a big feeling of community. So you can create a Discord, you have other social media, you can maybe have a name for your community, have some emotes and stuff. So yeah. Of course, the streamer has to respect Twitch rules and the law. The law has changed these past months. For instance, you have to put the hashtag ad or hashtag publicity if you work with a brand. So it's very important to do that. And you have some revenue when you stream. For instance, through ads, through subscription. Like I said, you have to pay for that. Donation, sponsor, or some collaboration with brand or game studios. So, like I said just before, Twitch is 65% of male, so that's hard. That's quite hard when you are a woman in this world. Of course, there's a lot of cyberbullying, sexism, misogyny. In the top 100 worldwide of streamer on Twitch, there is only 3 women on the top 100 of the people who do the more viewers, followers, and stuff. So therefore, not a lot of representation of variety in the streaming world, and it's kind of sad, because we really need a role model and representation, so more women and gender minority can start their channel and stream in Twitch. So also some female streamers, they start to speak about the situation of being a woman on internet and in Twitch globally. So there is like an opening of the words about that. So it's positive to start speaking about it, so everyone knows the situation and we can work together to improve the situation. And all of that, of course, all the cyberbullying, for me, I think it's because there is a big feeling of impunity online. You have the impression that you can say everything on a chat and that you're not gonna have any sentence. So for me, that's really the source of the problem, is that you have you have the feeling that you can say everything. So yeah. So to do that, just to try to improve the situation, like I said, I founded Streamer with a friend of mine. We try to create more feminine role models in the streaming area. So we have a Discord server with more of 1,000 members. We do event, talk show, gaming nights, tournaments, caritative events. We do training with the city of Brussels or Technocité sometimes as well, because we want really to help women and minority of genre to start the channel, to really help them to start streaming. We collaborate with RTBF as well, so every month a female streamer can go to the RTBF and have a little photo shooting and a little video that will be shared on the social media, and they can stream from their studio, which is a professional studio with a good technique. Then we have some collaboration with some brands, Elgato, for instance, which is a big brand in the streaming industry, with some stuff like Stream Deck, webcam, microphone. We have the Streamer of the Week, and all of that is to create more role models and help them to protect themselves as well. So we try to improve that as we can. So here we are there to speak about how brands and gaming studios can collaborate with streamer, and streaming actually can be a very useful tool for your marketing as a dev. So you have several type of collaboration in brands. Of course, it's not the only thing possible. It's like up to your imagination. You can do everything you want. But I just put the basic one to give you some food for thought. The long-term collaboration can be for several months, for a year maybe, with a fixed rate for the streamer. What you can ask, for instance, is to put the logo on the stream of the streamer. You can ask to have an automated message in the chat, for instance, with the link to your product, a link to your game. You can have a panel. A panel is a little image just in the biography of the streamer, and it can be linked to a website as well that you can choose. And you can also send some product if you are a brand, so the streamer can use it and try it in front of their community. Then you have more short-term partnership, for instance, an event, or just trying a product, or just trying a game, for maybe 1 live, 2 live, just a week, something like that. You just have to choose the number of stream with the streamer, which kind of post you want. Maybe you want some recap of the live stream on Instagram, or maybe you want a story or a TikTok. Really, you have to see what you want with the streamer. You can also collaborate just with the product. So if you have a brand, or if you just have a game, you can say, okay, I don't have any money to put on the marketing with streamer, but I can send you the game. You can try it for free in exchange of some content. Of course, when it's free content, it's less content than when it's paid. It's obvious for that. You have also the affiliation. It's also often used in the streaming industry. It's like a personalized link, and each time someone click on the link of the streamer, and if they buy the game, for instance, or the product, the streamer get a percentage of it. So can be an idea as well. So why collaborating with streamer when you have a brand or when you have a game? Actually, there is a high proximity through the viewers and the streamer. It's like when you look at a streamer, what you want to look at is the average viewers. You don't want to look at the followers or stuff like that. Really, the average viewers is the most important thing there. You have some website to check that. I will show you just after which tools you can use to find the best streamer for your product. The average streamer in Belgium is up to 30 viewers, so it looks like it's not a lot, but actually it is, because the proximity with the streamer is so near that, okay, it's 30%, but the 30% are gonna be very near the streamer and really invested into the product, and they will look at it compared to, for instance, Instagram. Maybe in Instagram you have 1,000 likes, but maybe 2 people cares. So yeah, that's very interesting for that. And that's why lots of brands are starting to work with streamers, because they got that. A big streamer in Belgium is about 100 viewers, and in France is about 1,000 viewers. So we have a gap between Belgium and France, but we're getting there. So why the proximity is so high in Twitch is because, firstly, streams are long. Like I said, a stream is minimum 2 hours and then up to what we want, 6, 8, 10 hours. It's usually daily, or at least several times a week. So people are used to see the same person on the stream for several hours and discuss with them with the chat. So there is like really daily thing in streaming, and a very big trust, because you trust someone that you watch every day and you have confidence. So that's why the proximity is important. And that's why it's very interesting for brands as well because of that. But it's also important for streamers to pay attention to the brands they are working with, because if they collaborate with a brand that is actually not good, people are maybe gonna lose their trust in them. And when you lose the trust of people, it's hard to get them back. When you have a game, I will speak a lot about game development because it's the theme of the conference here. You can also work with Twitch themselves, and you can create what we call a Twitch extension for the game. So a Twitch extension is the fact to link your game to Twitch directly, and so the viewers can interact in the game itself. For instance, big example of that is Cult of the Lamb, which is a game where the viewers can go inside the game and have their little name in it, and they have a little character, and so it's very funny because it creates stories with your viewers, and people are very into it, and they tend to maybe buy the game more because they had the occasion to play it with the streamer. There is also Baldur's Gate 3. In the extension, Twitch viewers, they could choose the dialogue choices with the streamer. So it was very, very smart of them to do that, because once again, people were very interested in the game, they could participate, and it helps to sell the game more. In Belgium, you have also the Witch Cookbook from Maracas Studios. They had also a little Twitch extension, and people could see their name in the game. So it's very nice. You can also create some overlay for your game or your brand. So the streamer can use it on their stream. For instance, can be the logo, or can be just a little a little cube that you can put around the webcam or something like that. So we know that the game is branded. You can ask for an automated message in the chat. For instance, every 20 minutes, a message in the chat says, "Hey, I'm playing this game. You can purchase it there," for instance. Like I said, you have the panel just under the stream, and you can click on it and have a link directed to a website. So I also know that for the game industry, there is a little concern about the intellectual property. Sometimes streamers are not very well seen in the game industry. Why? Simply because sometimes people say, okay, but you're gonna play the game from the beginning to the end online, so people are gonna see everything of the game, and they're not gonna buy it because they saw everything. For me, I think that it's not true. For me, really, if someone is interested in a game, they're gonna go to the stream, they're gonna look at it, and they're gonna just make their own opinion, maybe ask the streamer, okay, how do you like the game? Because once again, they trust them, and they're gonna listen to their opinion. But what you can do, if you are afraid of the intellectual property of your game, is true that if it's a game based only on the scenario, I can understand, of course, that you don't want people to spoil the entire scenario online. You can ask to have embargoes, or you ask the streamer, okay, can you play just the 3 first chapters, for instance, so people are not gonna be spoiled of the story. That's a possibility that you can do. And finally, last interaction that is possible, you can ask the streamer to do a giveaway. That's something that is very popular in the streaming industry. If you have a game, you can ask the streamer to play it and say, okay, you can have 3 more keys. And so if the people enjoy it, you will create a giveaway in the chat and people can win the game. So that's a good idea as well. And when people know that there is a giveaway in the live, people tend to come more because they know that they can win something. For the tools, like I said, if you want to work with some streamer, but you don't know where to look and you don't know if the streamer is gonna fit your content, there are two websites that are the main website for checking statistics in Twitch. You have Twitch Tracker, it's totally free. You can look for a streamer and you have a lot of statistics. I just put there the overview, but you have so much more. You have the type of game, you have their schedule, you have like the number of people that are watching them, if they are partner or not. You can even see people that they follow, etc. So it's a good idea to have a big overview. And then you have Solignome, which is another website, more detail for that. But actually, it's interesting because, for instance, if you develop a game, I don't know, an esport game, for instance, you can go check the streamer and see if they have a community interested into esport, or if they are playing a lot of esport, and see if they're gonna be a good streamer for your product. So these two tools, very nice. You can just go there and try it. That would be the easiest way. Just explore. They are free, both of them. How to get in touch. So let's imagine you have a game, you want to start in the streaming industry and say, okay, I will do a marketing promotion of my game with some streamer. You're gonna look through Twitch Tracker and you can go to Twitch itself as well to see which gamers you want to work with. How do you get in touch with streamers? The basic one, email. A lot of streamers have their email in their bio, so that's the easiest way, really. Twitter or X is used a lot as well in the streaming industry. You can try to message them. Now I know that it's a bit harder because now you have to pay Twitter to send message to people that don't follow you back, so maybe not the best way. You have also the other social network like Instagram. If you have a game, a good way to get in touch with creators is also create a Discord server for your game. That's very interesting because Discord is like it's like a forum, it's like Slack, if you know Slack, where you can personalize everything and you can speak about the evolution of the game. You can maybe reward the community with some giveaways or some news about the game, and it really involves people in the creation of a game. So that's very interesting to do, and Discord is free, so it just takes a little bit of time to do that, but very good way. And usually, if people are interested in a game, they just go to the Discord server and you have a little channel where you can ask for a key, for instance. When you get in touch with the streamer, of course, it's important to present your idea of collaboration, what you want and what you offer in exchange. It's always a win-win collaboration because usually if you just go to the streamer and say, hey, here, there is this game, bam, you can do what you want, it's not like really interesting. It's really a win-win relationship. I advise you to just speak to the streamer, maybe book a call and speak with them and see their ideas because it's their channel, it's their content. They know Twitch, they know the streaming, they know how they want to create content. So usually I would advise to follow the streamer advice because, for instance, the schedule, if you want them to play the game at night, but they are a streamer of the morning, and so the community is there on the morning, they're not gonna be happy to change the schedule because the community is not gonna be there. And if you are happy, of course, it's always a good idea to have a long-term relationship if both parties are happy. So maybe if you have new updates or a DLC or a new game coming, can be useful to have a good relationship with them if everything went well, of course. So I also put some rates. It's not like rules. It's like just like a basis. You can have an idea of how much it costs for a collaboration. So for instance, I put mine, but maybe some people, if they have more viewers, gonna be more. Maybe sometimes they're gonna adjust the price if they have other compensation. For instance, maybe some post on social media. But for a partner on Twitch with an average of 100 viewers, for a dedicated stream of 3.5 hours on your game, so really 3 hours of your game put in the highlight of the community, Usually I ask between 800 and 1,000 euros. Sometimes there is packages, so you say, okay, I can do a stream, but I can put on social media, so of course it's more expensive. You have also, like I said, long-term relationship with a brand, so that's per month. So that would be more for a brand than a game studio, I think. Like for instance, I don't know, Nalu, for instance, they say, okay, you're gonna drink Nalu on stream and I pay you 300 per month, for instance. Then you have also the affiliate link. Usually it's between 5 and 15% of the price, and sometimes a fixed rate if they are partner. Of course, that's for 100 viewers, so if it's more or less, you can just adapt. So after the live, after the content was created, of course you can ask for the statistic of the live. So you can ask for the number of messages, you can the number of average viewers, number of followers and stuff like that. That's all these statistics, they can find them on their dashboard on Twitch. So it's really, I mean, people are used to be asked for the statistic when they collaborate with brands, so do not be afraid to ask for that. You can also check the data if you did a personalized link. So if it was a link to the Steam or something like that, you can see how many people click on it and if it was worth or not to collaborate with the streamer. Then, of course, you can see with them what went wrong, what went good, what can we improve with the collaboration. And if you're happy, why not work with them later? Usually when people are happy, they tend to work with the same streamer and just have a good relationship. So I put here, you can of course put, you can take picture if you want. There is also the possibility to get back to have the presentation yourself. So if there are some stuff that you don't want to miss. I put here in Belgium the biggest French speaking streamer. So they are in the gaming area, most of them. So that's the French speaking, and then you have the Dutch speaking. I have less, I'm sorry, because I'm French speaking, so it's kind of hard for me sometimes to just get in touch with some Dutch speaking, but there are some of them as well, and I put them here. They are all partners on Twitch and with a good community as well. So here it is for the conference about streaming. We saw a lot of things, and of course, if you have any question, feel free to ask. I hope I was not like in too many places. It's a big subject, so I try to do a big overview of it. But I think streaming can be very important and interesting if you have a game that you want to promote. And I hope it was interesting and useful. And so if you have any question, you can ask in the public or you can come see me after. And if you want like a representation of what is streaming, we will do in 20 minutes-ish streaming live just there with some game developers, and we will be several streamers just there on the computer. It's going to be on the Walga TV on Twitch as well, so you can just see what it looks and see if it can be interesting for you or not. And that's it for me. Thank you.